Hi everybody, this is Property with Leonard and welcome to another episode. Now on this channel we discuss property, finance and investments. Now please note that none of my videos constitutes as financial advice. If you're looking for financial advice, please speak to an accredited and registered financial advisor. So today I'm going to be talking to you about what to do after you've been blacklisted. Now I've been in the property industry for close on 20 years. Not really 20, I think 18 years pretty soon, end of this year. So I've dealt with this topic and this question throughout my career in property. And there's just one or two things, very, very important things that I think we need to talk about when it comes to this. Because it's blacklisted or blacklisting is a term that's been used too loosely, specifically here in South Africa. And I think it's very misleading as well. And the reason I'm saying it's very misleading is because, many of you might know it. But do you know that there's no actual blacklist? There's no actual black piece of paper, but what it actually is, it's those who have bad credit or who have negative credit records, who didn't pay their accounts or bills on time. Their names are on this list. But I'll explain that to you as we go along. So please remember to subscribe to my channel, to like this video, to share it, and leave your comments in the comment section below. There's such a negative stigma when it comes to blacklisting or blacklisted. What I want you to get and to understand is that you can fix it. There is light at the end of the tunnel. It's not cast in stone. It's not like a death sentence. We don't have death sentences in our country, but even people on death row, they appeal their sentences. So many people, specifically here, they just accept that because I'm blacklisted, that is just how things is going to be for the rest of my life. And then they become even more reckless in their lending. And a lot of people empower people with the ability to share this information with you. They won't share it with you because they benefit from the ignorance of the masses. But that is what this video is all about. I'm going to take you through the process, explain to you what blacklisting basically is and what to do after you've been blacklisted. So the first thing is, I've had many people phoning me and it's almost like they are shameful, they are embarrassed when they talk about, or when we get to the point where they have to share with me that they are blacklisted, that they can't get credit. So what I want to share with you all is, firstly, there's no need to be shameful. There's no need to feel humiliated. There's no need for you to feel worthless. It happens to the best of us. There's a lot of, I call them loan sharks. They thrive on the fact that you are where you are and they want you to remain there because they are the ones who will advertise, and you'll see it everywhere, newspapers, online. They would say blacklisted clients are welcome. You don't have to be blacklisted, but that's how they market their business because they benefit from it. Say for argument's sake, they are willing to borrow you, but first they make you understand that they are doing you this huge favor because you are blacklisted. They structure the repayment in such a way that, say for argument's sake, and please don't hold me to it, I'm just using this as an example, I'm using kind of thumbs up figures. Say for argument's sake that the interest on that 50,000 Rand loan is 700 Rand. The installment is 750 Rand. So every month when you pay 750 Rand, you are actually paying more than 90% of that amount is just interest. Only the 50 Rand goes towards the capital debt, which is the 50,000. And you do the sums. How long is it going to take you, if you pay 50 Rand per month, how long is it going to take you to pay off 50,000 Rand? Just as an example. And that's why these creditors want you to remain ignorant. But this video is going to clear it for you. I'm going to help you. So what it actually is that credit providers, and these are the people or the companies that gives you a credit account, a credit card, a loan, when you buy a car or a house or whatever, they have to report you to the credit bureau. It is mandatory. It is a law here in South Africa. So we are all on that list. It just depends on how you manage your credit. If you pay on time, and they have to report that Mr. X paid on time, or he didn't pay on time, or he paid but he paid less than he was supposed to pay. So they create this profile, a credit profile about you. It's almost like a simple example. It's like a CV. You know, your CV would have your name, your address, where you've worked, all those other informations. You know what's on it. It is very similar when it comes to a credit report. It gives potential creditors an idea of who you are and how you manage your credit. But once again, if you have a bad credit report, you can change that. And there's a lot of websites where you can go to check your status, to check your credit report. And I would advise you to do that at least once a year. And also don't check it too often, because the more you check it, the more it affects your scoring in a negative way. So, and yeah, talking about scoring, when you get this credit report, there will be a scoring on it as well. That scoring, and I must maybe just make this clear as well. For instance, I've had many clients where the one bank, they will apply for a mortgage loan. The one bank will say no, but they wouldn't even look at the client. And then another bank would say yes, without even taking too long just to assess them. And the reason I'm saying that and using it as an example is because credit providers have different scoring methods. They have different criteria on which they score clients. So, I mean, and that differs from bank to bank, company to company. But so your credit score is just a guideline to give some people, because they don't know you. They don't know you. So the best way for them to have some sort of idea of who you are before they go into and commit to giving you that credit is to go and ask for a credit report. Basically, your history, your credit history. And that's why I have an issue with this blacklist or being blacklisted. I mean, it is a reality, meaning that you have bad credit, you didn't manage your accounts very well, you didn't pay, and I mean, I've discussed that already with you. But the fact is, where you are, and I want to just reiterate this, many a times, and I've seen it many a time, that people become even more reckless as soon as they realize that they are on this blacklist, that they have a negative credit record, that they are being perceived by potential creditors as a bad client, somebody to stray away from. Then they just go on almost like on a rampage and just be even more irresponsible. And I want you to stop that, because you don't have to. It can be fixed. It can be fixed. And don't allow yourself to be exploited. You don't have to feel hopeless, helpless, and worthless. It is no need at all. But you have to start somewhere. And my advice to you is start paying off your bills, the ones that you still have, on time. If you can give a little bit more, do it. It is a process that you are going through, but if you are committed, if you have a clear plan, you can fix this. There is no need. A judgment, on the other hand, is more complex than a default listing, as it is a court order compelling the defaulting party to pay a debt. The magistrate court will deal with matters up to 100,000 Rand, while any debt that exceeds 100,000 Rand will fall under the jurisdiction of the High Court. And if the debt is not settled, it will remain on the credit profile for 5 years before it is automatically removed. And for the judgment to be removed from a credit profile before the 5-year period, the new credit regulations provides that the debt must first be paid. And once settled, the attorney can then apply to have the judgment rescinded. The creditor will need to provide their consent before the judgment can be rescinded. So what do you do after you've been blacklisted? Now, here in South Africa, with national lockdown because of the coronavirus pandemic, it has put a lot of strain on our economy, and specifically households that was already under a lot of pressure. And that just added on. It was like a snowball effect. But thankfully and luckily by now you are aware that blacklisting or when you are blacklisted, it can be restored, and your credit score, it can be fixed. So what do you need to do? First thing you need to do, and I have a lot of clients coming to us as estate agents or to attorneys asking what to do, how do I fix this, can I fix this? Yes, you can. First thing you do is you need to settle that account. Well, maybe even before you get there, you need to know where you stand. So get your credit report. I'm going to put a link in the description below where you can go to get your credit report. It will give you an idea of what's going on your profile and how you've managed your credit and where you stand. It will even give you a scoring. So just go to the description below. I'll leave the link there. And after you've settled these accounts, it takes about 2 years for that record to be updated at the credit bureau, meaning that you've settled the account, you are okay now, in layman terms. But what you can do, you don't have to wait for 2 years. What you can do, once you've settled an account with a creditor, ask for proof of settlement. Proof that you've settled the account, you are fair and square, you don't owe them anything. And if you take the proof of, contact the credit bureau, take the proof of payment or proof of that you've settled the account and forward it through to them and ask them to remove it, to remove your name from that list. Now obviously this will differ from case to case, because removing a blacklisting from your profile, it can be an arduous process. It can take some time and it differs from case to case. So what I'm sharing with you now is also not cast in stone. It depends on a lot of variables, a lot of factors. It is just so that I just want to bring across to you the basics on what you can do. And I think most importantly, what I want you to take from this video is that blacklisting is not a shame. You don't have to think that you are worthless. You don't have to fall into the trap that you think you are only dependent on these loan sharks who will charge you exorbitant interest rates, and that there is no way out for you. That this is just the fate for you for the rest of your life. No, you don't have to. You can fix this. But it will require you to commit, and it might take a little bit of time, but it is most definitely possible. A lot of you guys watching at the moment has been there. You fix your credit, your credit scoring, you have a good credit record as we speak, you bought the house, you bought the car, and all those other things. And once you fix this, please don't fall into the same trap. Go seek financial advice, speak to a financial planner, make sure that you do your budget properly, and make sure, I can emphasize this one enough, please live within your means. Thank you so much, everybody, for once again joining me on today's episode. Can I kindly ask you, if you haven't, to please subscribe to my channel, to like this video, to share it, and leave your comments in the comment section below. It's easy to subscribe. You can just hit that subscribe button in the bottom right hand corner of your screen, and please remember to hit the all notifications, and that way you will be notified and you won't miss out whenever I upload new videos. Thank you so much, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.